Hey guys, so it's the next day, and I continued the tear down. I went ahead and pulled the front bumper, and been tinkering around with a few different things, but I noticed there was a bird's nest up underneath. Thankfully it's not a mouse or rat's nest or anything, but there was a bird's nest up under the manifold. So I pulled the intake manifold, and now I'm gonna vacuum this out, vacuum the ports out. The ports actually are really clean. It's surprising how clean they are, really. But yeah, I'm gonna get this cleaned up. Hoping that my neighbor will help me turn my car around, because there's no ceiling here, and over there there's rafters, so I want to face it the other way. That way I can jack the car up as high as I need to go, or the engine up as high as I need to go. I really want to put the engine in through the bottom, but I've never done that before, so it's gonna be a learning experience. But yeah, I'm gonna get this this bird's nest cleaned out of here and get these ports taped up, and then I might continue tearing down the Coyote engine, because I got to swap the timing cover anyways. So I might go ahead and pull it down to where I can get the new timing cover on, since I can't do that. Can't drop the 4.6 out of there yet. So yeah, just wanted to give you a quick update. Everything looks good. Engine looks great. All right, so I've been doing a lot of cleaning. I got all that nesting cleaned up, as you can see. I scrubbed it with a wire brush, and then I vacuumed out all the ports down both sides. Pulled the air conditioner, and also went ahead and pulled the harness off of it for the transmission and the starter. And now I'm just trying to decide what I want to do next, because the transmission is still in the car and the engine is still in the car, and I want to move the car before I try to drop the engine and trans out of it. But I'd really like to have the trans on the engine so that it's more stable, so that I can pull the timing cover and everything, because I don't have an engine stand. So just trying to figure out what order I want to do things in. But I've been keeping busy the whole time. So I reckon I'm going to call it a night. Hopefully I can get the trans pulled out of my car, and then hooked up on here, and then within the next couple of days I think my neighbor will come by and we can get my car turned around, so that I can easily lift it up and down. But put in a pretty good amount of work today. I'm happy with what I got done. So I did order some more parts. I went ahead and got a new clutch release bearing and pilot bearing. I ordered all kind of other stuff too. I did order my control pack like 3 hours ago. I think, yeah, I ordered some more stuff for my exhaust, because I'm building a custom X pipe. I'm pondering buying that eBay catback, because it's really quiet and the Coyote's really loud. So I think since I'm kind of at a stalemate here, I might pull these coolant passage tubes off, since they got some rust spots on them, and sand them and paint them with some high temp paint, and just kind of freshen everything up. Might sand and paint the crank pulley and the water pump and all that good stuff. So I think I might paint my timing cover that I have in the house too. I haven't decided yet though, because then I'd want to paint the valve covers too. But yeah, everything's coming along good. and I'll keep you updated. Yeah, so it looks like I'm gonna just be jumping around for the next day or two until I can get the car turned around so that I got room to lift it. And I started pulling, I set the engine up because I was gonna go ahead and pull the timing cover and swap it because I have a new PBH timing cover in there. Started pulling the stuff off of it, and then I realized the crank pulley doesn't have any threads on the tri-bars, so the puller that I have won't work. Apparently you got to use a Chrysler puller, so couldn't drop the 4.6 because I got to move it and I need help to move it, and then couldn't pull the timing cover because I have the wrong style crankshaft puller. And so I just decided to see what else I could find to do. So I pulled the clutch off of the back of this. This engine said it had 70,000 miles, but this clutch looks damn near new. And it's the original Ford clutch. I mean, unless this thing was replaced, and there's like hardly any hot spot. There's like no hot spots at all on the pressure plate or the flywheel. So I'm thinking that this may have, I mean, considering it's a 2013, it was probably a garage queen that just like got drove on the weekends, and then some terrible accident took it out. So yeah, I'm gonna, right now, the only thing I can really think to do is yank the flywheel and go ahead and swap out the pilot bearing. This engine had the trans off of it for a while, so I can see like a little bit of like rust water residue in the needle bearing there in the pilot. So I got a new one in the house. I was going to swap it anyways, but this one is bad, so it needs it, so that's good. I went ahead and thought ahead. But I guess I'm gonna swap out this bearing, and I'm thinking about just going ahead and dropping the trans so that I can go ahead and pull the clutch off of the back of the 4.6 and throw it on here, because that clutch has like 1,000 miles on it, so I ain't gonna have to wait for the break-in period on a new clutch. I'll be able to just let it rip right off the bat, so that's great. So I thought about dropping the trans and then just waiting to pull the engine when I get somebody here that can help me move the car. But yeah, I'm gonna quit yapping. I'm just gonna get some stuff done. There's really not much to see, so I just wanted to kind of give you an update. Oh, and by the way, I still always use bread and grease. It's easier than trying to use one of those jaw pullers. All right, guys, so I'm kind of at a stalemate with the car. Had to order a crankshaft puller and an installer, because I learned that the puller installer I have won't cut it for a Coyote harmonic balancer. So I can't get that pulled off. I did order the tools. They'll be here tomorrow, thankfully. And then I think the rest of the stuff that I need will be here on Thursday, because apparently the crankshaft bolt is torqued to yield. So I went ahead and got ARP crankshaft bolt, so that I'll be able to take it on and off if I need to, because it is not torqued to yield. So I figured what I did was I worked late into the night last night. I loosened every bolt, unhooked everything on the car. Literally every bolt is broke free and finger tight and threaded all the way out in places where they can be, like the motor mounts, the trans mount, the bell housing, everything. Because I just like was kind of stuck, so I just got everything I could done. So I figured I got all these parts in here. I figured I'd show y'all all the parts since I finally have everything I need. go through everything, kind of give you a rundown. This will give you an idea what you'll need if you're going to swap your car. I think the only stuff that I have out in the garage is the K-member and the spring perches, and it should be about it. But so firstly, of course, you know, every swap needs the long tube headers. I went with Speed Engineering. They're stainless. The welds are actually really great on these. They look better than the BBKs. I mean, they even, I'll show them to you up close when I install them, but they even sanded down the inside of or grinded down the inside of the flanges to make them smooth and flow better. I mean, for $400, you can't beat these. So continuing on with exhaust, I didn't get the ball and flange socket because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with the mid pipe and everything, because I knew that I wasn't going to get a BBK one or anything. So I just left it with the 3-inch, just ordered them just the way they come with no attachment. And then I ordered this build your own exhaust system. It's all 3-inch piping, and it's slip fit. So I got 245s, 2 90s, 2 180s, and then 2 4-foot sections. So I laid them out, and I'm gonna be able to make a pretty cool X pipe with it. And these ends that are flared out, they actually slide right on the end of this header like they were made for each other. They go on perfectly. And then I just went ahead and got these on Amazon, just 3-inch band clamps. So I'm gonna band clamp it to the header so I don't have to weld on it or nothing. And I'll probably band clamp the back side of it to the catback that's on that I have on the car right now. It's just a Flowmaster setup. So eventually I'm gonna do like a Borla or something like that. But moving on, this actually is the install kit for the Walbro fuel pump. So I went ahead and got a Walbro 255 fuel pump. That's just like hoses and hose clamps and like a filter and stuff. So this here is the power by the hour accessory drive kit in this box. And then here we have the Boss 302 alternator with a clutchless pulley. From what I understand, the Boss 302 version is designed to operate at high RPMs, since the Coyote likes to rev you know, around 7 grand. So I just got the basic setup from Power by the Hour, just the NA. Again, this is the second time I'm showing these. On the first swap I went through these, but I figured I'd go through them again. You got 2 belts. This box right here is $700. Just keep that in mind when I go through this. We got 2 belts. One goes like to the air conditioner, or from the back of the crank to the air conditioner and the and an idler, and then the other pulley, the other belt, like goes to the power steering and the water pump and all that. We got the alternator bracket. Then we got I think this is passenger side belt tensioner, driver side belt tensioner, power steering bracket here, and then an AC bracket here. I don't have AC. I actually have an AC delete pulley, but I went ahead and got the AC brackets because I think I want AC again. I'm gonna put the AC back on the car, I believe. So yeah, the smallest $700 box in the car world right there, but it's absolutely necessary if you want to run your modular power steering and everything in the same place. So moving on, I think there's just like odds and ends in here. So this is the bottom radiator hose. It's Gates 21618. It's for like a Chevy van, but it fits what it kind of fits better than the one that comes with the car, the thing, the engine. This fits a little bit better, but the last time I had to trim it and zip tie it to keep it out of the way. And then in here we just got like AN fittings and yeah, it's just like AN fittings and bearings and things like that. Nothing special. We have the PBH timing cover that they've already clearanced for the alternator, so they went ahead and ground all the little spots you gotta grind. I had to get a timing cover, as you know, because mine was broken in the alternator area. And then here, this was the final piece of the puzzle that I've been waiting on. I got so lucky. CJ's Pony Parts showed a Gen 1 manual control pack on clearance for $18.89, one in stock. And it was like that for like a week. And from Ford, directly from Ford, this is $2,475. And then if you go to Power by the Hour, it's $19.99, and this was $18.89. So I bought it. It was like that for a week, and then I finally pulled the trigger on it, and I checked on the site the next morning, and now it's a 3-week wait time to ship, and it's $2,100. So I saved a good chunk of change. I got really lucky. This is my first time opening it. I know what comes in the Gen 2 control pack. I'd imagine this is more of the same. This actually looks like it comes with more. It's got the PCV for both sides, brand new. I have 2 of these in the garage, 3 of these in the garage already, actually. That's the rad hose that comes from Ford. We got the stock intake tube. I'm going to be running the stock intake, so this is great. Throttle pedal, I've got one of these in the garage, but even with this, the scram, I do have a scram speed bracket out there in the garage so that you can mount this in a SM95 or Fox. But even with the bracket, the pedal still hits the carpet, and you only get about 70% throttle, so it won't travel all the way like it's supposed to. It hits the carpet. So someone on the swap pages told me that they just like trim the bottom of the pedal off. So I have one out in the garage that doesn't have this metal cover, so I think I'm gonna trim that one to see how much. I'm gonna use that as like a tester and trim it to see how much I need to take out of it, and then hopefully I can transfer this over to it so it looks like the whole pedal's there. Then we got the upper radiator hose. I'm glad they sent a new one, because the one that's on mine, this nylon covering was shorter and it's all dingy, and I have OCD, so but yeah, you can kind of see why this Gates hose is better than the one that Ford sends. It's like the same, it's got a similar bend to it, as you can see, but this one's much longer, so you can clear the power steering pulley, because when you use the one that comes from Ford, it just rubs right up against the power steering pulley. So what else is in here? We got Motorcraft O2 sensor still in the bag. Motorcraft O2 sensor still in the bag. We got revised control harness with speed dial wiring 11 to 1450. So this is what I've been waiting for. $2,000 worth of copper and rubber and plastic. I'm assuming this is going to be our PCM. That's, yeah, it's got to be the PCM, and then this is probably a clutch button or something. Yeah, it's a switch interrupter. I ain't gonna have to use this because I'm gonna keep the same. Oh, okay. It's just like I have 2 of these in the garage. I didn't use it on the last swap because when you keep the 4.6 starting system and stuff, you don't need this. The car already has one in it. So yeah, that's pretty much everything inside. Like I said, outside I've got a bunch of like odds and ends like that you don't really think about. I think the Walbro fuel pumps out there, the AN fuel line kit. I got like the nylon braided with 6 AN. This has got to be the air box. Yeah, it's the air box. So I got the nylon braided with the 6 AN, the scram speed pedal, the UPR stuff is all out there. And that's pretty much everything for the swap. I'm pulling the motor mounts from my Cobra because they're brand new and they're stiffer than the GT ones. And yeah.